Hey guys, it's been a good week so far. Sunday, I challenged you with the idea of fasting. And what we've been doing with this series on spiritual discipline is we've wanted to follow up each week with some practical and tangible things for us to do as a church together. And so we've spent some time praying and meditating in some specific ways. But this week with fasting, I've called you to Thursday for us to fast and kind of go without food on Thursday. And of course, some of you, I know you're going to have some medical reasons and some other reasons why you can't. And so I just heavily encourage you to pick something that it'll be difficult for you and that's going to cause you to focus in prayer and remind us of the dependence we have on Jesus Christ. But man, we've got some tangible things I want us to do on Thursday. And so some of that logistically is, we've said actually on 6 o'clock on Wednesday evening, most of us are going to try to get started and go to 6 o'clock on Thursday evening. And so if you need to adjust that for your family, absolutely feel free to. It's just a suggestion, but I think a lot of us, that's when we're going to pick to start and to end. And so my encouragement is eat an early dinner, go without the rest of the evening, get up the next day, have some coffee, some tea, some water. Drink lots of water on Thursday. If you've never fasted, never experienced that, you can make it. Most of you, it won't be as big a deal as you think it might be. But make sure you drink, if it's coffee, black coffee, if it's tea, just regular unsweetened tea. Keep it low calorie. It defeats the purpose if you put a lot of milk and sugar and all that kind of stuff in there. And I know that might be the toughest part for most of you during the day. But I promise you, you can make it. And this is part of the training, right? We're talking about spiritual disciplines and the difference between trying and training. And so this is part of that training. And one of the verses that I shared with you on Sunday and that I want you to meditate on this week, and I want you to meditate on Thursday, is John 15:5, right? And where Jesus says, I am the vine and you are the branches. And says that those who remain in me and I in them will bear much fruit. But apart from me, you can do nothing. And so I want you to think about that over the course of Thursday. And I know this, that if we will follow after Christ, man, He's going to do some great things in you, in your family, and within our church. And some specific ways that I want us to pray is I want us to pray for 21 people to come to know Christ in the year of 21 here. I absolutely think that's possible. I think that in some ways maybe that numbers should be bigger. But I know that it won't happen if we're not very intentional. And so I think us spending time in prayer over it, but then also you as an individual, I want you to pray for 5 people. And on Thursday, I want you to write those names down. You've got some people maybe in your family or in your workplace, some people that you're close to. Maybe you don't even know where they fall in the gospel. And so I want you to write those names down, 5 of those people, and I want you to begin praying how God might use you to reach them and share the gospel with them. But then too, just to be praying that God would bring salvation into their hearts and their lives, and hopefully through you. And so we're going to pray for 5 people on an individual level. We're going to pray for 21 people as a church. I'm excited about what God might do in and through this day of fasting, and maybe even some other times as we move forward. I'll tell you this, throughout the scripture, we have different things that kind of tell us a little bit about fasting. There's a lot that we don't know necessarily, but there's an understood that we should be fasting within scripture. But I can tell you this, a lot of amazing things are partnered when people spend time in prayer and spend time fasting. So I'm excited what God might do through our Pathway family during this next week. Looking forward to seeing you guys.